AI voice agents is going to be a big thing in 2025. And in this video, I want to show you exactly how we are building one internally for Link Lemon that we are going to be launching very soon, which is integrated with our calendar and allows us to book meetings on autopilot. Okay, so before we go to the demo, I want to explain you what are actually the pros and cons of using an AI voice agent. And if we see at the pros, I think they're quite clear that your agent is going to be available 24/7. So it doesn't matter the time zone. It doesn't matter if they're calling during night or if your employees are outside of working hours, they cannot attend the phone. But the AI voice agent is always available. So I think that's a big plus. Then it's always very scalable and consistent. So as soon as you've reached something which is quite mature, it's very easy to scale. Resources are unlimited. Basically, you just need to increase your server capacity to make more calls. That's all it requires, right? When you have something which is very consistent, then it's very scalable. Also, cost effectiveness is much better than an employee. It's so much more cheaper. I'm not even going to get into the detail of this because I think it's pretty obvious already. Another big plus is immediate response and efficiency. So because it's trained on large data sets on the company and a very big knowledge base, and with a very specific prompting, it can fetch information very quick and fast. And that makes it a super good alternative when you have kind of calls that are predictable, let's say. And finally, data analysis and insights. I think this is a very important one also that many people don't realize. But they have capabilities of analyzing large chunks of data within your company. Also, it can fetch data using API calls, and it can perform calculations very quickly that normally an employee cannot do. So that's I'd say like the 5 biggest pros. And if you go to the cons, so the first one, and I think it's quite important, it can have some limited understanding of the nuances and what's happening within the conversation, especially if it has not been trained within that, if the conversation is going a little bit over the limits, what it has been trained for, then it can be difficult for the AI voice agent to behave predictable. Second one, and I think this is quite obvious, right? So we are not at a stage that AI voice agent has emotional intelligence. I don't know if we will ever be, but this is a big one, right? And like really understanding if the situation that the caller is having, it is frustrated, like sometimes that can be quite difficult for the voice agent to really know. Then it depends a lot on the quality of the data and the training. So obviously this needs to be done by professionals. If it's not trained correctly, then there's can happen bad things for your business, which can damage your reputation within your customer base. And the last one is potential for miscommunication, which is actually quite linked to this one, right? So if it's not trained correctly, then there's can be like some miscommunication happening, and bad things or not so good things or not so good outcomes can happen, which, by the way, also it can happen with humans. Like a human can have a bad day, and all this is also perfectly gonna happen within your company. But this is easier to fix, let's say, because like you train them and then you can supervise and all that. This one, because it's sometimes unpredictable, it's something that there's a risk there. Okay, so now that we've gone through the pros and the cons, we're gonna see the voice agent that we're building, and we are going to test it out. We're using Retell AI for this. I believe it's a very, very good platform. I was using before Vapi, but I believe Retell AI it's becoming ahead of the competition. The integrations are amazing. They work really, really, really well. And I like the voices, and everything seems to work smoothly. So yeah, this is the one that we're going to be using. It's a Link Lemon schedule, as you can see. We've made a very simple scenario here where basically when I submit the form, it triggers the webhook, and then I get the call from the number that we will be using. So I'm going to just leave this one running. And then let's fake it. Let's say I'm, I don't know, like I have a real estate company. Let's say, one second. Let's say I'm called Jack. Let's say my email is jack@email.com. And yeah, and this is gonna be important, the name, because I'm gonna be passing the variable, so it calls me by my name. So when I hit call, I should receive a call from John, the AI voice agent, and then we are going to be talking with him.
Hello, Jack. This is John from Lincoln Agency. I'm calling because we just received an inquiry.
Hello, John. How are you doing? Yeah, actually, I want to know a little bit more about Link Lemon and if it can help my company.
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'd love to learn more about your company first. What kind of business are you running? And if you don't mind sharing, what's your company name and website? That way I can better understand how we might be able to help.
Sure. So my company, it's called Flipping Houses. My website is flippinghouses.com, and basically what I do, I find houses which are cheap in the market, and I resell them after. So I don't know, like after 2 3 months, I resell them. So that's basically what we do.
Thanks for sharing that. Real estate flipping is an interesting business. I'm curious, what are some of the biggest challenges you face in your day-to-day operations? For example, are you spending a lot of time searching for properties, managing communications with sellers, or handling paperwork? At Linkelman, we specialize in automating these kinds of processes to make them more efficient.
Yeah, actually, I'd say my biggest pain right now it's lead follow up. I get like a lot of leads every day that I need to follow up. Sometimes they get down the drain and I cannot follow them anymore. So I would really need some help there.
That's exactly the kind of challenge we can help with. Lead management and follow up is one of our specialties. We could set up an automated system that captures and organizes all your leads.
Yeah, why not? But can you let me know a little bit what's gonna happen with that discovery call?
Of course. During the 30-minute discovery call, we'll first dive deeper into your current lead management process, understanding exactly how leads come in, how you're handling them now, and where the bottlenecks are. Then we'll explore specific automation solutions that could help, like setting up automated lead capture from multiple sources, creating smart follow-up sequences, implementing lead scoring to prioritize your hottest prospects. We'll also discuss rough timelines and investment levels so you can understand the potential return on investment. Would you like to schedule this call? I
Yeah,
can check our calendar for some available slots this week or next.
yeah, why not? Can you check for next week?
Let me check our calendar for available slots next week. I see we have some great slots available next week. Would either Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time or Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time work for you?
Actually, I'm looking. What slots do you have available on Friday? I think it's looking a little bit better for me.
Let me check specifically for Friday's availability. On Friday, we have several openings. How about 10 a.m. Eastern Time or 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time? Which would work better for you?
Yeah, let's do 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Great choice. To get you scheduled for Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll just need a few details from you. Could you please share your full name and email address?
Yes, my full name is Jack Smith, and my email address is jorge@linklemon.agency.
I want to make sure I get your email address exactly right. Could you spell that out for me?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
it Jorg at Linkelman Agency?
Yes, so it's JORGE at linklemon.agency.
Let me make sure I have your email exactly right. Is it George at Linkelman.agency? Could you confirm that's correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Perfect. Don Sendalinga, perfect. Let me book that appointment for you right now. Excellent. I've confirmed your appointment for next Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll receive a calendar invitation with the video conference link shortly. Just to recap date, next Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, your name, Jack Smith email, George at Linkelman.agency. Is there anything else you'd like to know before our call?
No, I think that's perfect. So let's see each other at Friday.
Perfect, Jack. Looking forward to our conversation on Friday. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye. Ciao. So now I just went to my email, and as you can see, the event has been scheduled. It's for 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's between the organizer, which is Kitty's, and then Jack Smith. And obviously I put my email to get the confirmation so you guys can see. So that's why I think there's going to be a big wave of this happening in 2025. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you want similar videos or anything that you have on mind so I can prepare my next video.